Okay, here we go with the second red wiggler bin. With a bunch of newspaper on top. Cardboard. This is the actual covering. That other one, I think I was just moving it near the bins to put with my stash. Some paper towels and tea filter. Okay. This one does feel a little drier. This one did not have the t-shirts. How funny. This is a carrot that has been in there for many weeks, and it has sprouted a very long root. And I don't think that root was there last week. This bin also looks like it has a bunch of paper on the very bottom. This bin also has what appears to be green bean plants, which I really doubt. These small root areas might be gone in 3 weeks. This top part definitely will not be completely broke down in 3 weeks. And here I have a baby scallion. I think I put this in here pretty much in this condition. It might have had another green end, but it looks pretty much the way it did when I put it in here. Boy, that one felt like it rooted into something over here on this side. There's worms enjoying it. Chunk of newspaper, or yeah, this is some newspaper shreds that didn't go through the paper shredder, but I think I cut by hand a long time ago. Another bean trying to sprout. Another onion. Spring onion. Smells like a spring onion. Doesn't stink. It just literally smells like you are chopping when you're chopping up a spring onion. Alright. There's paper on the bottom, but this seems to be a little bit more broken up than that other bin was. Another piece of carrot, still very firm. Oh, and as I was carrying these out here, note to self, do not try to carry 2 almost full worm bins with heavy castings at the same time if you're a weakling like me. luckily I was able to set them down and take them one by one before the worms took a tumble to the floor. Okay, big chunk of newspaper. Yeah, the problem with the old-fashioned paper shredders that shred just in strips like this with newspaper, or if you choose to use office paper, is those strips clump up and stick together very easily. So that's why most worm farmers, vermiculturists, do not like using newspaper shreds that come in the long strips. And even with the newer shredders that shreds it up much finer, I find that the best way to use it is to use probably 2 to 3 parts shredded cardboard to 1 part shredded newspaper. Hi, worm. And I will soak the cardboard in. I have several of more of these bus bins. I will put a bunch of cardboard in one of these bins, put a bunch of water in it. This is actually, it looks like it's either a paper towel roll or a toilet paper tube. I will put the cardboard in here, dump a bunch of water on it, mix it around, make sure everything's wet. This feels like another carrot, but oh no, it's just a clump of dirt. Mix the cardboard around, let it soak. Was that a banana peel? Sorry, I'm so distracted. Let it soak for a few hours, and then I will drain off as much excess water as I can, and then I will mix in a couple of handfuls of newspaper, a handful or two of newspaper, with the newspaper shreds being dry, and I find that they mix much easier that way, and the newspaper doesn't clump up. Okay. I am about out of battery life, so if I lose you, I will bring you back for the European Nightcrawler bin. Again, I'm just going to feed a light feeding of worm chow and redistribute all of this big chunks of bedding throughout the bin. Looks like the only food I'm finding in here is carrot pieces. And whatever this is. Oh, this is another tea bag. This was an herbed tea that the tea bag was sealed around all 4 corners. Get out that piece of plastic. Yeah, these carrots are all still very firm. It looks like this one might be trying to sprout as well. Alright, I'm going to bury my pile of stuff I have going on over here so far. Ooh. Let's see what's going on this side. Carrots and more carrots and more carrots. And if you've never had a worm bin before, it is so enjoyable to do all this digging. You'll hear people say, don't disturb the worms, don't disturb the worms. But there's just something very calming and meditative and relaxing about digging in the dirt, digging in the worms. It's better than digging in the dirt because you also get to see all the worms. I would try to find a cocoon and point it out, but I have the sun in my eyes, so I can't see a whole lot of what I'm doing actually. Okay, here's another, feels like, yep, another tea bag that was sealed on all four sides, and the actual outer bag, the fiber that keeps all the tea in, is very thin, and they have not worked through the tea leaves yet. But now that we have the bag broken open, on top of a carrot, a whole bunch of tea bags, a piece of paper bag, I think I'm getting into some of the stuff I just buried on the other side. Okay. So let's push a lot of this stuff to the side. Get these bean plants in there. A little layer of these tea bags. Spread out some carrots. I don't feel so bad about not having as much, well, I guess I could add a little bit more worm chow. But there's not many more, there's a higher number of carrot pieces in this bin than there was the other one. So try to get the rest of this big stuff down here. We'll level this bin out, and we will cover this one back up. And then I will go recharge my battery before I start into the next bin. This one also has a nice moisture level. I thought it was going to be dry when I first opened it, but after mixing it all up, it does have a really, really good moisture level. All right. Have a good afternoon, worm bin.